Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Kemal AA and this is your preview for the Chelsea versus West Ham game taking place at the London Stadium, 5:30 PM UK time kickoff. And I don't need to describe the magnitude of this game. We all know this is a must-win game. And listen, before I do get started on that as well, fair play to every single Arsenal fan that is currently down at the Emirates bombarding that place, because there are thousands and thousands of fans protesting for Kroenke out. Because of the ESL, the European Super League, just like Chelsea fans did, just like Spurs fans did. Or let me say quickly, Spurs fans, you are an embarrassment. Did you see the protest pictures? It was a concert. There was actually no one there, and there was musicians singing. It was ridiculous. But Chelsea and Arsenal credit the real kings of London, showing up with their support, thousands of fans outside the stadium. And as I said, moving back to the game, tomorrow is a must-win game. Chelsea, West Ham, 11 on points. Chelsea slightly ahead on goal difference, but both teams on 55 points. Tomorrow is a six-pointer. Tomorrow is a six-pointer because whoever gets the 3 points, they're in pole position. They're really in pole position. So I think that's why tomorrow is a must-win game. I'll be delving into Thomas Tuchel's press conference. I'll be delving into our situation, win, lose or draw against West Ham. Tomorrow we'll have a look at the Premier League table. I'll finish off the preview with my score prediction. And also I'll be delving into West Ham's lineup, their tactics, how they set up formation-wise, etc. But before I do get into all of that, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get straight into this preview, starting off with Thomas Tuchel's press conference. Now, the first thing that he said that he doesn't want to answer anything in regards to European Super League. I mean, none of us do. I made like 3-4 videos in consecutive days on it. Thank God that stuff is over because it was dragging. And mentally and emotionally, it was so draining. But he answered one question. He said that he didn't read or watch any news in regards to the ESL following the Brighton draw. He said he's had enough to talk about the ESL and now he will move on. Thomas Tuchel says the owners try to build strong clubs and the fans appreciate it very well. Fans weren't happy but doesn't think it affects the opinion of what Abramovich does for the club. Thomas Tuchel has received no apology from the club regarding the European Super League, and he says that he doesn't need one. Thomas Tuchel hasn't spoken to Roman Abramovich since he's arrived at Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel says it is Abramovich's club, not his, and it was their decision, so they don't need to apologise to him despite the distractions. It's a bit of injury news as well. So for West Ham, Jesse Lingard is available and match fit for Chelsea. Of course, disappointed because Jesse Lingard has been their best player since he's gone on loan from Man United. He's been superb, one of the best players in the Premier League since he's been there. Since he's made his loan switch, been phenomenal. Been scoring or assisting almost every Premier League game. He's been influential and instrumental to West Ham's team, even without Declan Rice. And I'll be moving on to some injury and team news in a second. Jesse Lingard is fit for West Ham to face Chelsea. That's confirmed by David Moyes. Thomas Tuchel says the protest wasn't against the club or the team. It was a decision. He says they shouldn't worry now the decision is done. Thomas Tuchel says the owners of the Big Six after a big part of the Premier League. Thomas Tuchel says he expects West Ham to fight tomorrow ahead of their top 4 battle. Injury team news for Chelsea. Every single Chelsea player is fit for tomorrow apart from Mateo Kovacic. Mateo Kovacic has been ruled out of tomorrow, so he cannot be selected. He's not available for selection, which is disappointing because he's one of our best players. And you see the difference when Kovacic is not in that midfield. We had Mason Mount in the number 6 against Brighton. It didn't work out. He got pressed heavily. That pressing that Brighton had, the immaculate press they had, it forced our midfield to make a mistake. Jorginho, we know, is press resistant, but Mason Mount isn't the most press resistant, so having him in a 6 was a mistake. And Kante can't play 90 minutes at his age every 3-4 days, and it really emphasises and highlights the lack of depth we have in that position. Some people will say, yes, we've got Billy Gilmore, but we need to understand that he's barely played any football with his inexperience, his age. Let's say hypothetically he made a mistake in that game. What would that do to his confidence? I think that he needs a loan move. I know that he probably learned a lot tactically from, being in the training sessions, learning from Thomas Tuchel, from a world-class manager like him. But for me, in the summertime, he needs a loan switch. And as I said, it highlights the lack of depth that we have. And therefore, I think that one of the priorities we need in the summer, not just a backup midfielder, because we don't need another Drinkwater or Barkley. We need a top quality player that's happy to sit on the bench for extensive periods, but at the same time, when he needs to be called upon, can do a quality, solid job in that position. So I'm sure there's plenty like that in the market. That's what the scouts need to do. But again, Kovacic is a massive miss. We know what he offers to this team in terms of attributes. He's not available to play against West Ham, which is of course a massive disappointment. As Thomas Tuchel said, everyone else is fit. Thomas Tuchel expects a tough match against a strong counter-attacking West Ham side who are disciplined in defence. Thomas Tuchel wants Chelsea to control the match against West Ham, to close the spaces before they open, to give minimal set pieces away in what will be a big challenge. Thomas Tuchel says the season running feels like a cup game after cup game. Chelsea need to be focused for what is clearly is a big game. We need to be self-confident. Edouard Mendy set to start in goal against West Ham. That's been confirmed. He says that Kepa has been outstanding in his personality, but of course Mendy is the number one. He hopes, however, that Mateo Kovacic can be back for Fulham, but that he's just his personal opinion. That's not definite. That's not what the physio team or the medical team said. That is solely down to Thomas Tuchel's opinion. It's ahead of the West Ham game, and as I said, solid press conference. Nothing too much. I've got pretty much summarised it for you guys. We've got the injury news. Every single Chelsea player is fit apart from Mateo Kovacic. Jesse Lingard is fit for West Ham. However, Declan Rice unavailable for selection for West Ham, which of course is a major boost for Chelsea because he has been superb for West Ham this season. Now let's have a look at the Premier League table as it stands right now. So before we play them, all the top 5 have played 32 Premier League games. So we all have 6 Premier League games remaining. As it stands, Chelsea are in 4th position. So essentially, top 4 is in our hands. I know we've got tough fixtures, but top 4 is in our hands. We sit on 55 points, same as West Ham on 55 points, but we have that superior goal difference on 19 compared to their 11. And as I said, tomorrow is a 6-pointer. We need to ensure that we secure the 3 points tomorrow, so we advance and we essentially secure that position and make sure that we create a little bit of a gap between West Ham, because I'm sure that, we've got to still play, Man City away. We've still got to play Arsenal. We've got some tough games coming up. So I can't guarantee that we're going to win all these games, although Thomas Tuchel has proven that he does perform better in the big games. Nonetheless, it's important and it's a massive game tomorrow. And as Thomas Tuchel said, we need to ensure that we give away minimal set pieces. Now, let's get into my predicted lineup for tomorrow. Of course, against West Ham. Again, same formation, standard, 3-4-2-1. Thomas Tuchel's already confirmed who's going to be in goal. It's of course going to be Edouard Mendy. Left wing back, I'm going to be going for Ben Chilwell. Of course, I think for me personally, he is a superior, fullback compared to Marcus Alonso in terms of what he offers, the engine that he has, the link-up play, crossing, pace, ability to track back, and aerially is even superior as well. So for me, Chilwell retains that position. He's our first choice there. I'm going to go a bit controversial. I'm going to go Hudson-Odoi, right wing back. I think that, again, a lot of people would go Reece James, but for me, it's a case of, I think Hudson-Odoi has had that limited game time. He's more of a threat going forward. I think that tomorrow's a must-win game. I know we're away from home, but there's no fans. We need to get the 3 points tomorrow, and I think that we need a bit more of an attacking threat. We know West Ham are going to have a low block system where they're going to be counter-attacking in numbers with pace, with agility. Again, they're going to rely on their set pieces, and I think Hudson-Odoi is required for that attacking threat to essentially force West Ham going back. And if you have another, attacking threat forward in Hudson-Odoi to join the attack, in addition to the attack, that's going to add something extra. It's going to be an additional dimension to the front three that we already have. So Hudson-Odoi for me goes at right wing back. Tactical reasons, of course. 3 centre backs. I'm going to go for Thiago Silva, central centre back. He is fit and available for selection. Of course, Thomas Tuchel could go for Christensen. I'm going to go for Azpilicueta, the captain, at right centre back, and then go for Antonio Rudiger, left centre back. Then the 2 in midfield, Jorginho and Kante. We know Kovacic is ruled out for the game. Kante offers that athleticism, that box-to-box ability. Jorginho, the ability to dictate and control the tempo of the game. His passing range, moving in spaces, his press resistance. To beat the press in the half turn, superb. The ability he had against Brighton. He is one of our most informed players. Simply world class. I don't need to speak any more on Jorginho. Again, he'll be controlling and dictating that tempo of the midfield. Then we've got the front three. For me, this is a bit of a tricky one. This is something that I had to give a bit of thought to. But I'm going to go for Kai Havertz in a false 9 position. Christian Pulisic and Mason Mount, the same front three that played against Crystal Palace, that absolutely dismantled and demolished Crystal Palace. Again, Christian Pulisic for me is our best player at the minute, and I think even in general in terms of ability, alongside potentially Kai Havertz, but we haven't seen the best of Kai Havertz thus far. Kai Havertz in the false 9, I think that's his best position. His ability to drop deep into the pockets of space in between lines, linking up the play with your Mason Mounts or Christian Pulisic, linking up with the midfield, his ability to drive forward with, and dribble with the ball. Again, a clinical forward as well. He's got the aerial presence as well. So for me, Kai Havertz is that complete false 9 forward that will go in that position. Some may say stick Olivier Giroud. We know Tammy Abraham's been exiled and he's probably out the door. Some may say Giroud, some may say Werner. But I think against a low block West Ham team, Werner won't find a space to exploit. So you need Pulisic, who offers a lot more in terms of technical ability and agility. So for tactical reasons, I'm going to go for Christian Pulisic, Mason Mount as a 2 fake number 10s. And then Kai Havertz in that false 9 position. That is my predicted lineup. What's your predicted lineup? Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. And let's have a look at West Ham's setup. West Ham, ironically, also set up in a 3 at the back formation against Newcastle, where they lost 3-2 last weekend. They set up in a 3-4-1-2 formation. Of course, Fabianski and goal, Bonner, Dawson, Diop as the 3 centre-backs, Kufal and Johnson as the full-backs with Souček and Noble. Of course, as we know, Declan Rice is currently injured and he will be injured for our game. Pablo Fornals at number 10 position, that being that creator, adding the creativity to the West Ham attack. And you've got Jesse Lingard, who's been absolutely on fire alongside Jared Bowen. So again, our centre-backs have to deal with a threat. They're going to be operating between lines. Kante with his box-to-box position, he's going to have to be marking. He's going to have to be man-marking Pablo Fornals. Because if you restrict Pablo Fornals, you restrict West Ham and you suppress their creativity. Of course, they break in numbers on the transition. But when you keep that solid back five together, it's going to be very hard for West Ham to break down. You've seen our defensive record on Tuchel. It's been absolutely superb. So for me, no worries. Don't get me wrong. Tomorrow will be a tough game. We need to get the 3 points. Tomorrow will be a tough game. But I believe in this team. I believe in Thomas Tuchel. And now the ESL talk is all done and dusted. Hopefully the players are not distracted. They can focus fully on this game. And we'll just have to wait and see. But that's me wrapping it up. Finishing off with score prediction. I'm going to go 2-0 Chelsea. Leave me your score prediction in the comment section below. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. And I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.